All right. So, welcome to another live episode of geekoutdoors.com. So, today I'm going to be doing something that I do every now and then, and that is creator shoutouts. Now, these shoutouts that I'm doing are for people who were first and foremost viewers and supporters of my channel. Some of them have been here for years, basically since the beginning almost, and some others are more recent. And another really important thing is all of these people that I'll be highlighting, they're also creators. They have their own channels, they have their own content and community. And so if you check the description area below, I'll leave links to all of their channels. And so I think every now and then, I think it is important to do this. And at least for me, I got shout outs whenever I first started my channel from some bigger YouTubers or also people who I really had something in common with. Okay. And the big thing here is if you do have a YouTube channel and you are going to be doing shout outs, then at least for me, I only do them because I really do like these people. I like what they created. And so if you're doing it just for sub or like, or you're asking other creators for do it, let me tell you, that's not the great way to do it. Okay, so let me just put that out there. So these are people I genuinely want to give a shout out for. Okay, and so let me go ahead and head over to my actual window here, and hopefully you could see that. And these are the people that I'm going to be talking about here. So let me go ahead and head over to that window so I could see it. All right. And here's the first channel. This channel is Maverick143. And he is one of the really earliest people to have ever come to my channel, support the channel, and then, connected with them a long time ago. But he's also been a creator for a very long time. So if you actually go to his channel, most of what he does now is gaming related. But I'll talk later about the other content that he's created. So if you go to his channel, he does a lot of gaming stuff at a very, very high quality, live streaming. At least for me, this is like pro level. His setup is absolutely insane. And, I do want to give a big ups for Maverick143. He's been there since I had like 500 subscribers. So a long time ago. So I'll talk more about his content. And then the second people I want to shout out is the Frugal Travelers. So this couple, they're actually out of the UK and they've traveled, I think, to more than 100 countries. And if I'm not mistaken, at least initially, most of what they try to do is travel really frugally for about 20 US dollars a day, which is really crazy if you think about it, especially now, things are just really expensive and they travel mostly in Europe because they're a couple out of the UK. And then the final channel I want to shout out is Reaping What You Sow. So he is a fairly new channel, okay? So I'll talk about each one of these, how long they've been around, but he's probably the newest one, but he's always there in my comments, watching the videos, giving a lot of ideas. And all of these creators, they're at different parts of their creator life. And so that's another interesting thing about everybody here. They're not all the same and they're from different parts of the world. Okay. So let's go ahead and go back to the first one, Maverick143. Now, Maverick143, even though initially I kind of thought that he was just a new creator initially, over time I realized that Maverick, he's been around a long time on YouTube, a really long time. So if we just go down here and sort by Otis, his first video was posted 9 years ago. Maverick143 is an OG, and he's done a lot of videos. I mean, a ton of videos in terms of like variety of videos. He started off with things that are really technical. And if I recall correctly, the way that Maverick and I, we found some similar interests was the fact that he really enjoyed playing video games. Oh, I'm sorry, not playing video games, but Linux. Okay. So back then, my channel was really all about Linux, or a lot of it was about Linux. And he is a really huge Linux fan. And so there's some Ubuntu stuff right here. He did some stuff on gaming on Linux. And obviously, he is a gamer. And so gaming on Linux back then was really, really hard. It was difficult. And so a lot of people who use Linux, we can relate with each other, okay? So I think that's how me and Maverick really, connected with each other. And ever since he was on my channel, just supporting the channel, giving ideas, giving feedback, just having a really good time. Maverick has been here a long time, and him as a creator, out of everybody here, he's been on YouTube longer than I have. 9 years. That's a long, long time ago, especially in YouTube terms. And so that's kind of how Maverick got started. And he really always likes to give positive vibes, always giving blessings. And this is the type of person who really believes in what he does, but he also believes in other people. He's always trying to give people positive vibes and, just really keep things on the up, which I really do enjoy. And if you actually watch his gaming streams, I've watched some of them and some of his more recent ones. Man, his production quality is, to me, it's just crazy. So hopefully I'll get to his level someday. So let me show you briefly, like, the type of quality that he has. So I'm gonna hopefully not get any community strikes. So I'm gonna try to let this play real quick, and I'm just gonna kind of show you how it looks like here. So, okay. So hopefully that doesn't affect anything. I just want to show you like his setup. So I don't know if you could see there, he has like so many monitors. Let me see if I could scroll in. Look at that. That's an insane amount of monitors right there. And he has 3 different computers, really powerful computers to run his live streams. And wow, that's just absolutely crazy. So if you want to see some really, I would say, pro level live streams, Maverick is where to go, and he's just really a fun person to watch playing this. He really enjoys what he's doing, which I think is the best part. A lot of us creators, if you really do enjoy what you're doing, you're going to do way more of it. And so that's Maverick. He's been the longest person who's been on my channel, but at the same time, he's always the longest person who has actually been a creator. As far as I know, there's some people out there on my channel who's been creators even longer, like 11 years or something. Okay. And so the second one is Frugal Travelers. Now they started their channel, I think about 3 years ago. So let's see how old their channel is. Yeah, about 3 years ago. But by then, they've already traveled a lot. I think they've been traveling since 1996 or something. So that's a really long time to travel. And what I really enjoy about their videos, it's very authentic and real, And so a lot of times, if you watch some of these travel vloggers, not all of them, but at least the ones that I know of and seeing, they're really high production quality, even though it looks absolutely amazing. Not to say their production quality isn't great. It is. But a lot of times when I'm watching those other travel channels, it feels like, I wouldn't be able to do this because it kind of looks like a movie. Whereas when they're traveling, this is something that you yourself can do. And since they are the frugal travelers, they're teaching you ways to travel on a budget, which is really difficult to do, in my opinion, especially if you're traveling in European countries, because, the euro is higher than US dollars. And especially now during during what's going on in the world, it's even harder to travel. So I appreciate their authenticity, their humor, just their experience. It's really awesome. And at the same time, the way that I think we connected on this was the fact that my shortcut tutorials, that's kind of how they found my channel. And from there, I found their channel. I really do enjoy traveling. And I got to give them a big thumbs up for their edits, their production quality, the way they're able to tell a story, which is probably one of the most important things when it comes to creating YouTube content, is creating a story that connects with people. And I believe that they've mastered that. And so if you actually want to see how to travel for real people on a budget and a really interesting couple, this is the channel to go to. And they have, like I said, so many places that they've traveled to, and they continue to travel even more and more. So I really do enjoy watching their channel. And the last channel I have here is Reaping What You Sow. Now, he's fairly a new channel. So he started his channel, let me see, I think like in 2020. So if we go back here, yeah, so 1 year ago. Okay, so this is a fairly new channel in my opinion. And at the same time, you know, he's showing you like gardening, what he does in his garden, but also giving you the vibes of, you know, the Southern Hemisphere, you know, out in Trinidad. So kind of giving you a slice of life out of there. And he has a really positive attitude, and he's constantly trying to improve as a creator. And you know, that's something that I really do appreciate. You know, I think as anybody who's been a creator, who's starting out, or even if they've been doing this a long time, we all understand the struggle. You know, and this video right here, he had 100 subs. Thank you. And at least for me, for him to have 310 subs in a year, I think that's really great, because if you actually look at my channel, you know, I had to create a lot of videos. You know, I'm a very slow growing channel. So the first video I posted on Geek Outdoors was like 8 years ago, before it was known as Geek Outdoors. And the very first Geek Outdoors video I put out was back in 2015. But I didn't get 100 subscribers, at least starting Geek Outdoors, you know, this whole Geek Outdoors brand and everything else, like nearly 10 months later in July of 2016. And technically, if you look at 8 years to 2016, well, how many years is that? 8 years. Yeah, so that took me approximately 3 years to get to 100 subscribers. Let me see if that's correct, my math. Let me see if that's correct. Yeah, so 2013, and it took me 3 years to get to 100 subs. And so I really appreciate any creator who's coming out there, putting themselves out there, putting in the work, because it's definitely not easy, you know, because I think a lot of people, especially if they've never done YouTube, they might mistake the fact that because they see so many big channels on the homepage, that it's really easy for you to get there. And so you do have to realize that, you know, for most channels, it's not going to be easy. You know, your channels aren't going to go viral, and it's a very small percentage of the channel that are actually at the top. Okay, probably less than 1%, less than 2%. You know, it's a very small number out of the hundreds of thousands, millions of videos. So it's very difficult to get there. And Maverick also shows that by, you know, posting since 9 years ago. And I myself, you know, I've been posting videos for almost 6 years now. And so this is definitely not for people who want to get there quick. Now, if you do happen to, you know, hit the YouTube algorithm and your channel blows up, awesome. But for most people, that's not going to be the case. And so those are the shout outs that I want to do today. Maverick143, Frugal Travelers, and Reaping What You Sow. And let me go back to this camera. And so hopefully, you know, by me doing some of these shout outs and also showing you the actual journey that these other content creators are going through, you kind of get a sense and also some, you know, some ideas on how to go about this. And most importantly, another reason why I show you this is that, you know, all of us have been through this. Okay, so if you're just starting out and then you see a channel that's much larger than yours, getting a lot of views, you know, just growing, you know, just realize that all of us, 100% of all of us creators started at zero. Okay, and so as you can see here, and also my channel, many other channels, go back to their oldest video, you know, see when they started. And at the same time, as you are building your community, see the people who are coming there supporting the channel. But also, if you find out that they are creators themselves, I think those type of relationships are probably one of the best, because not only are they viewers and supporters like yourself, because I definitely have creators that I like watching and supporting, just like these channels. I definitely enjoy watching their content. I support them. But at the same time, they're also creators. And so when you have other creators who understand what you're going through, it makes things a lot easier as you're going through this creator journey for yourself. And so that is my video today. If you did want to see any of these channels, I highly recommend that you go to the description area below. And if it is channels that you actually enjoy watching, the content really matches with what you like, definitely support them. You know, like, subscribe, you know, watch their content and, you know, help them. And then eventually it'll help you as well. So if you actually had any more thoughts in this, leave it in the comments area below. And if you did want to see more of my YouTube tutorials, tips, shout outs, I will leave that in the comments area below, and also my live streams as well. So that's it for today's video. We'll see you on another episode